What's up? It's Brandon here at Perdition Home. Today is going to be another slow day for the most part. I'm actually on my way to go see Apollo 18, and I'm actually going to give a review for that when I get back. Give you guys that. When I get back, me and Trevor are actually going to, because he's still at work, we're actually going to probably go make a pallet run, get a few more and stuff. I doubt if we'll get anything up tonight, but we're at least going to get a lot more. I mean, the stack has grown a little bit. You know, we had like 2 or 3 that we got last night, so, you know, we got more and everything. And I'll show you this really quick one more time. But I am going to go see Apollo 18, and I will talk to you guys when I get out of that. Hey, I'm back now. And let me just say that I personally liked it a lot. I thought Apollo 18 was really effective for the most part with the scares and everything. I mean, because found footage, like the found footage style for the most part, you know, it's kind of like its own genre now, in a way, because, you know, it's the general like scary movie, you know, you think like, you know, slasher flicks and all that and everything, but it's kind of its own thing now because there's so many of them and everything, and I really knew that it was going to be something different because, you know, they're kind of taking the found footage thing, you know, and bringing it into space. And from the very start, I knew I was gonna like that, kind of no matter what they did with it. And I thought it was good, you know. I'd have to say definitely a big something I noticed at least that was much different compared to, like, you know, Paranormal Activity. I thought that it was more fast-paced, in that it got interesting a lot quicker. I felt like things kind of started to happen much faster, which I kind of like too, because, you know, Paranormal Activity, the first one, it's like, what, 25 minutes into it before anything even remotely interesting happens, and it's just like a shadow on the door. And don't get me wrong, I love Paranormal Activity, but I just, you know, for the most part, I felt like it was like really got the ball running a lot faster. And yeah, I mean, it was really effective. I thought the character development was pretty good. You know, just the chemistry and stuff, I thought that was decent. You know, and the effects were good and everything because they were trying to make it look like it's vintage film, you know, from the 70s. So it's like, you know, they did a good job on that. The effects were really good. And I felt like the scares were good, the way they popped up. I didn't feel like they were cheesy or predictable. I mean, you knew something was going to happen when they would go into like a dark place. You know, and by the way, any spoilers, you know, I'm sorry about that. Just know there will be some spoilers in this review. But you know, just when they're like going down and everything, there was like kind of the expected scares, you know, but they were still effective for the most part. And like, you know, I obviously I saw in the commercials when the thing is crawling in his helmet and everything, and it like goes into him or whatever. And by the way, I love that too. I like that it's like the rocks are like alien or something. I kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool. That's like the species, because it's like you'd never expect that. It almost seems, you know, believable and kind of frightening actually. And you know, I saw reviews on the commercials that they said, you know, oh, the last 10 minutes is like the best of any, you know, suspense film this summer, and they're right, because it's crazy. Just, you know, when the gravity's off and everything, and like the rocks, you know, they start floating up and they're like the aliens at the end. That part was crazy, and it was, I thought it was so good. Personally, I thought it was a really effective film. You know, just all the scares and everything, and also I like, you know, just like they find like the Russian like landing there and everything. Thought that was cool too. Like, it's just, you don't expect that because they don't show that in the previews and stuff. They kind of kept that really, like, you know, under wraps. Like they really didn't show a lot of that stuff. You know, you're kind of going into it like, what happens? You know, because you see like the thing crawl on his helmet in the preview, but you're kind of like, what is, you know, what's going on? Like, what ends up happening and everything. And I think that's pretty crazy and stuff. And then, you know, when they say that he can't come back, they can't. It's too risky because he's contaminated and everything. It was just so suspenseful at the end, which is exactly what you go into that, you know, wanting and everything. And I really liked it, and the way they filmed it and everything, it was believable, which is important because I've seen ones that I didn't like so much, you know, like Cloverfield wasn't quite as good, so, you know, it was really good, and, I mean, it's not the best. I'd still say that one of the best found footage style films that I've ever seen, honestly, was like, you know, Paranormal Activity 1 or 2. They really were just one of the best I've ever seen, and, they're hard to beat. You know, but as far as a movie goes, like as far as that, like it was really good. I liked it and everything, and it was well acted. You know, the acting was good, it was believable. It wasn't cheesy or, you know, like just, you know, standard or whatever. It was believable. It was good. All the things were well executed, and yeah, I mean, pretty solid film. Like it's a really good way to kick off September and just kind of get the ball rolling for October and stuff. Definitely a solid film like that. So I would definitely give it a watch if you're into that found footage. I think it's a good twist. It's cool that we're taking it from, like, you know, the typical like House or Blair Witch Project. You know, they're in the forest. They're taking it into space, and that's hard to do. You have to give them some credit for that because it's in space. I mean, there's only so much. I mean, it's dark, you know, because there's the craters and stuff, but it's a difficult, you know, thing to sell, and I think that they did, and you know, I think it was definitely worth it. So I'd have to say I gave it definitely a solid like 7, maybe 8 out of 10. You know, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. I'd say it was pretty good because there were a few things. I think there could have been a few more scares. That's a complaint, I guess you could say. There could have been a few more scares, but beyond that, that's really it. That's the only real scare. But yeah, Trevor's still not here, and I'm going to show you some of the pallets that we got too, that he got actually while I was at the movies, because he was working when I went to go see it. So I'm going to show you those in just a second. Yo, I'm outside now, just going to show you some of the pallets that we got. We got that big old stack right there. Let's see what else we got. And that sizable stack right there. So that's what we're gonna have to be working with the next couple of days. We might even get more than that still. You know, we still have so much time before Halloween. So much more to come and everything. You know, more chances to get pallets and everything. And Trevor has his Explorer, so he'll be able to fit some. I mean, he can make runs while I'm not even home and stuff, so he can still do that. But that's gonna do it for tonight. He's actually probably not going to be in this video. He was just busy and stuff with work and everything, and just wasn't here when I was, you know, when he was getting the pallets and whatnot. But I think that's going to be it. You know, it's kind of the least productive day so far, but still happy I got to see Apollo 18. I mean, that's always a plus. I really want to see that. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. So see you tomorrow.